Richelle's a cool cat. She's weird, kind of quirky, kind of somebody got to get used to. You know, she's not really the typical type. I'm an extrovert, introvert. There's so many different things create Richelle. It's like hard. So I kind of split her off into different personalities. I'm more so Richelle. Like now, college me is more so Richelle. The woman that I've kind of become. All of the experiences that I've gone through, all of the lessons I've learned, mistakes I've made, and like regrets I have or kind of don't have. Alright, so AissaSpades is definitely the artist. My middle name is Asa, so I was just kind of like playing around. I was like, I didn't really use my first name. So I was just like, Asa, what can I do with Asa? And then I kept saying Asa, and I thought about Ace of. So I was like, AissaSpades? And I was like, yo, I could do that, like AissaSpades. So, you know, I wanted just to separate my music life from my regular life, because I was like, if I ever blew up or something like that, then, I mean, you know, Richelle is cool. People can know my name is Richelle, but when I'm home, like, I'd rather be Richelle and not like Richelle all over the world. I like to have that disconnect. So that's who really AissaSpades is. It's really like, it's everything I listen to. I didn't listen to anything but gospel till like I was like 12, 13. I used to sneak and listen to BET and like watch music videos and stuff like that. And then as I got older, my dad's a DJ, so he would put me on the more like secular music and stuff like that. And it's just, it's like everything. Like when I listen to music, I hear everything. I can pick out all the parts. So I'm just taking things like from everywhere and stuff that I feel like is like unique, you know, in my own right. And I just put it down. Like I grab a computer, a beat machine, or some paper or something. I just like whatever it is, put it down. My connection with school and music right now, I've been through a lot since I've been in school, and I've learned a lot about myself and a lot of struggles I had before I got to college. I was crutching a lot on like different people and different things, and so when I got to Clemson, it was just like, man, like what's going on? I wasn't really working with music yet when I first got here. It really took me a couple of years to get back to it, but it was just like, man, like I'm trying to find like something to do and trying to find a purpose, and I changed my major to communications, and I was like learning how to market and brand better, and I really wasn't finding an interest to market and brand for something else. I wanted to like work on myself, and I was trying to find a way to do that, and it was just hard like without having music there. And so, you know, being a college student, like a lot of people talk about being in debt and stuff like that, I decided to put my like credit on the line, and I bought like a bunch of equipment. And then that's when it all came together. It's just like I started making music and realizing like, dang, like I can still do it, like I still got it. After I realized I still had it, I was just like, shoot, I'm gonna just do it. And I was already DJing under AissaSpades, so I was branding and marketing myself under that. And then like the music just started coming. I just started like versioning and just making, you know, my own music my main focus. How can I love you when I can't love myself? Forever. I want to be an artist forever. Oh my gosh, like I don't think there's anything I would want to do outside of music. Like I've tried to explore other options. Like I've had that, you know, you kids, you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, something like that. Thought about being a teacher one time. Then I was like, if I ever be a teacher, I'll just be a music teacher. And I think when I did that, that's when I realized like maybe you should be doing something in music. And I wanted to be an artist, like I said, from a child, but I didn't really like say like, you know what, I'm gonna do something in music for the rest of my life until probably a couple of months ago. Like in December, I released a song called Dear Lucy, and that's when I was like, yo, you might really want to try to do this for the rest of your life. And it's me trying to do it and just giving me like so much reward. I don't see no problem why I would not want to keep pursuing it. Just to receive a new light, just to retry. RUDY probably started becoming a thing probably like a year, maybe 2 years ago. Like the things I was going through, the thought process I was going, like the thoughts I was having, the struggles, the pain, the happiness, the friendships, the stuff that I lost, gained, all of that, like within like the last year, and probably since I've been at Clemson and like just really in life in general, like all of that it just started coming out as like in form of music. Like in form of music, it was either writing or through a beat or like, you know, I don't know. It happened. I remember one day, I was like, I was in this like bad state, and I would like lock myself up in my room for like days at a time, weeks at a time, and I remember I would just like make music. I just write, and everything bad that would happen, I just like have like this feeling I need to write a song, and so I just started writing songs and stuff like that. And I had released a project before, but it didn't get a lot of attention. So when I started, I wrote a song called, I think it was 511. I wouldn't say it was 511. And once I wrote 511, it was like, man, I think this is going to be the intro to the project. And so that's where 511 Interlude came from. And once I did that, I took down my previous project and all the other music that I had been creating in the time that I thought I would be using for my first project. All of that, I took all of that down. I just like ignored all of it. Because once I wrote 511, I was like, yo, this is the direction I wanted to go in. Even though it was like a clear direction, and I feel like none of the music on the album sounds alike, but it was just like, this is where I want to go. Like, this is where I wanted the starting point to be. And I did that, and I remember I would stay up, and I just like make music all night long. Like, all day, all night. I get up, and like my cousin TPE came and moved in with me, and he was just like, get up. And he'd be like, bro, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, why you up? And I just like, man, I got this song I gotta make, I got this beat I gotta make, and I just be up. And I made like 7 beats for the album, and then was like, no, I don't want to use any of those beats. And so I just started, I don't know, it was just creating, just a lot of creating. And over time, the things was happening, I would just write and, you know, pick my brain and try to find more inspiration. And Chance was like a big inspiration for that album, Coloring Book. Like that, I went to this concert October 8th last year, and I remember when I went to that concert, it was just like something sparked in me, like you know what direction to go in. You just gotta like just jump on your yellow brick road, and you be on the way. And it's just all the creativity, all the support, all of the pain, all that stuff. It just like came together and just made this. Like RUDY is amazing. I'm still trying to take it all in. You know, I hadn't really listened to it as a collective until when it released on the 8th, and man, it's amazing. It's crazy. It's just everything, like anything in life. I feel like everybody can relate to it. Anything, like it's lit. Like, I was just saying, okay, it's really lit, man. No, it's really lit. I have to say that it's oh man, it's good. My past. I feel like it's important that I do write about it. So one thing I do consider this album, I didn't really give it like a genre, but people, when I went to my church convention last week, people was just like, you know, what is it? R&B? Is it gospel? Is this? I was just like, you know, I really think it's like a testimony, like a confessional type thing. And one of the hardest things, I won't say to write about, but it's really the engineering. I engineer and produce most of everything, and it's just engineering myself was hard. I didn't really like appreciate my voice yet or appreciate my sound, and like the stuff that I was talking about, it was easy to write, but then it was like when I started hearing it, always sounded so loud. And I remember I used to engineer myself like really into the beat, and TP was like, you need to bring your voice out some. And I just like, man, it's just like when I turn it up, I finally got the strength to say like, bro, it's just like when I turn it up and I get it to the right level, it just sounds like I'm screaming out. You know, it sounds like I'm like screaming out these things. And these are things, you know, that my mom don't know, that my dad doesn't know, like people don't really know, but like I need to get off. You know, I'm just tired of holding it in, and that's really like the hardest thing. It's really hard sometimes to like be the engineer and to like listen and hear what I'm actually saying, and like hearing the pain and hearing the triumph, you know, all of that. It's just really hard to take it all in. Just really like, dang, like that really is you, you know. So thank you, man. I'm trying to get my fam off the ground. Like I feel like I'm kind of established. Like I was started off in this group called Tsunami, and everybody was like, they want to hear Richelle, they want to hear like what I got to offer. And now that I've given them something, like I want to go back and go ahead and like, you know, get some more Tsunami stuff out. My cousin TP, like I engineer basically all my friends, and so I want to, you know, get my cousin out, get his stuff out. I really, I'm gonna just take my time with it. I don't want to rush anything. I'm always creating. I'm always trying to find something new to do. So I don't really want to say like I gotta working on a new project or anything like that. But I got a lot of stuff in the works and a lot of collabs I think people would enjoy. And this sound, I don't know really what it is yet. I don't know what I want to call the sound yet, but it's something that's like definitely worth expanding on. I'm ready to expand on it, and I'm just let whatever God brings to me, whatever my heart brings to me, I'm just let it come out and do its thing. Remember I used to get no play. That was the old days. Now my crew say stack it up, stack it up, stack it up. Never go back to the old days. The money come 4 ways. Mama say okay, add it up, add it up, add it up, add it up. Yeah, that's it.